Welcome, Strategy Battle Games, to another GBHL YouTube video. You're here with your host, GBHL Damian.
And GBHL Tom.
And this is episode 57 of
The Palantir.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
And we are here, as we said last week, with a special guest.
A very special guest.
A very special guest who has not been on the Palantir before. Did you guess it? Did anyone guess it?
No.
Did anyone try and guess it?
No.
Why aren't you joining in? I thought that happened. God, what's wrong with you people? But if you saw the post on the Facebook group, you will notice that we are being joined by Mr. Derek Drufbay.
Derek Drufbay.
That legend.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Yeah, it's a big old absolute legend of the strategy battle gaming community, and I'm sure you all know Derek Drufbay. I'm sure you all are well aware that Derek Drufbay is, of course, it's very long. Oh God. Oh my God, it's too long. It's not quite the real UK Freddy Bear. It's Dave Freddy. This is really hot.
Martina, cheers.
Hold it with the handle. That was seamless.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey Dave.
How you doing?
Hey Dave, very good. You?
Nice. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
And now that we've revealed that, see, we learnt from our mistake last time with Jamie, we can now go back in time to the sketch. Hi, are we?
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, you too, man. I'm very excited to have you on the Palantir.
Yeah, should be
guest
fun.
spot.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I don't know where Tom is.
No, hopefully you'll be here soon.
Yeah, it should be.
Alright, guys.
Hi, how are you
Tom.
doing?
How you
Yeah,
doing?
good.
You see that?
Yeah, brilliant. Ready to do the Palantir.
Yeah, fun.
Like this, a man in uniform.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
Part of the job.
Yeah. Well, do you have to pick people up a lot? Carry them out of buildings?
Yeah, that's part of what we do.
Okay. I guess you have to be quite fit to do that.
Well, yeah, we get an hour's PT time every day to stay strong.
Do you reckon you could pick me up?
What, my shoulders?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Go on then.
What, now?
Yeah. Pick him up.
Alright.
Oh. Right, so that arm goes over.
Yeah.
Lean over. Lean over. There you go.
That's fun, yeah. We should film the Palantir from up here.
I'm not carrying you for the whole show, mate.
I don't see why not. I carry him for the whole show every other week. And we're back! Hello!
Back.
We're back with Dave. And there we go. See, we didn't want to spoil it with a sketch. Whatever a sketch is. I don't know what it is. But here we are with episode 57 of the Palantir. How are you all?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah? And so, yeah,
I
we're
thought you were talking to the viewers.
I was, and they never answer.
Ah, rude.
Larry does. Occasionally.
In real time.
In real time.
Yell at the screen, yeah.
Talking to the PC screen.
And so we are indeed joined by Mr. Dave Fredericks,
Lovely.
who's
Lovely to
popped
be
down
here.
to see us, popped up to see us from sunny Southampton.
Yeah, it's not often you say popped up to see you
No.
from somebody.
I pop up everywhere.
Yeah.
It's one of the drawbacks of being at the bottom of the country. So,
You're also the more visible of the Shadow and Flame initiative.
yeah, Shadow. Who is that? I don't know. I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
Mysterious creature. But yeah, Dave's going to be here, have a chat, just join in, maybe talk about sculpting, I don't know.
We'll
Make it up
see.
as we go, really.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Tea toast.
Tea toast, love it. You know what goes on here.
Alright.
You can got a mug away already.
Got a Palantir mug.
Yeah, I've got a Palantir for first tea.
I've got a
Yeah.
Derek Drufbay
Drufbay.
mug. UK Freddy.
King of anagrams.
Yeah. Last week it was with Dewey Evans, and
Oh, yeah.
he's passing it on to James Scullion.
Whey! Tea.
Dewey said he doesn't
Lovely.
drink tea, which is a crying shame, but he, toasted.
I gave him my sporting vote at East
Yeah.
and West. I can't.
He raised the beer to us.
Can I take that back?
Other beverages are available.
Yeah.
And James Scullion is
He
another one.
knows all the catchphrases.
He, I also played him at Into the West, James Scullion. So,
Yeah.
2 tea toasts in a week from new opponents for me.
Yeah.
Lovely man as well.
Is James Scullion Mr. Snoblar?
Oh, I don't know, maybe, because I saw a comment from someone who played me. Is this where this is coming from?
Yes.
Yeah, he could be. But then it could also be Dave Farmer. Possibly. But it might maybe
anybody who played you.
Yeah, but then I played 6 new people. One of them was Ian.
Mr. Snubler, let us know who you are.
Yeah, please let us know, because it is deeply confusing. And there was also Dave Clark, who might be Nano Dave, I think. And he had posted on there, but then there was also Dave Farmer. And now there's a Dave posting on there, and I don't know which of those two it is.
Right.
It's very confusing.
Very confusing.
Very common name, Dave.
Yeah.
Good name, strong name.
Got its own TV channel.
Yeah.
How many of you can say that?
Yeah. I go by Thomas at work because there's so many Toms.
Do you?
I thought it was because you're like a tank engine.
That's why I was named
Was it?
Thomas as well.
Because you're like a tank engine.
No, just my dad likes trains.
Ah.
Why not?
Edward
He
was
just
the best
goes
one.
woohoo a lot.
Edward was miles better than Thomas.
Mm.
Thomas was like, Buffy, like the named one that everyone's like, it's too
The
obvious.
Witch King, the named one.
See what you did there?
Alright, so some errata, as now the section is.
Alright, some errata, I don't like this.
Yeah. Dave Egan says Rob Mycock is telling the truth. His real name is Robert Conroy Mayock, and he says Mayock is how you pronounce it, I believe.
Dave Egan has said this.
Yeah.
So it's been independently verified.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And Dave Egan also says my Irish name is, and then if I read it, it's like Dythy Egan, but then if I tried to do his phonetic, Dowie Aegon.
If you put an R in there, that's Aragon. And
Aragon.
then another R.
Aragon without the R's. Yeah. So anyway.
Thank you.
Okay.
And so, Rob, we are sorry.
Yes.
If
Sorry,
as
that's
you,
his name, or sorry?
As you've admitted, your name has humorous connotations, and this tricks you well with the internet. We never know if people are taking.
Is that your own personal views?
Hey, yeah. Do you want to do that? You want to?
Yeah. Go
I
ahead.
don't know. What is it?
You clearly know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. What do you mean?
Whatever you hear for the next hour on this show is only our own opinions and personal viewpoints, and do not represent the views of the GBHL podcast or the Great British League, or indeed any other formal body or organisation or company such as Shadow and Flame.
Topical.
Especially.
Topical. But it might represent 50% of the views of
Yeah.
Shadow and Flame.
Possibly.
50% of the users of the GBHL podcast.
I'm off duty.
Anyway.
It's pretty representative.
Yeah. To be fair, it's a big chunk.
J22 wasn't very happy that we didn't warn viewers that we were recording on a Monday night.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I'm not happy that you, didn't. I don't know.
He also said, technically doesn't Gondor and Rohan count as winning an event given they won the doubles?
What did we?
Not our silly
did we say that?
We
What,
said that they'd
Gondor
never
and
won a tournament, yeah.
Yeah, where you're up against something that's not the 9-mounted ring race.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, doubles. You won that rigor, but it's arguably wasn't competitive.
It was,
was it?
yes.
There was a bunch of barrels. And
Yeah.
people were trying to bring horrendous armies.
Yeah.
But you did win one. You're right.
Haldir 88 is from Switzerland, not from Canada. So
Who else is
but
Haldir? It must be from Canada.
Yes. Boom.
And you were talking about another Haldir earlier, although later for you guys.
Yeah.
Wait and see.
How do PL?
Yeah, Haldir's everywhere.
Why is Haldir such a popular username?
I don't know. They're quite expensive to buy, aren't they?
Haldir. Yeah. I get it. It's good. Good. Kidding, grinning.
Did you see that post? I can't remember who tagged us in it that said something along the lines of, "There's a condition that forces you to make puns
Yeah.
and convince yourself that they're hilarious and tell other people these puns at the earliest opportunity." I think we have that.
David Reed wasn't being cheeky. Tom, you bigot. Obviously, you have a bad opinion of me. He's just. God.
What is going on here? What am I getting into here? What's going on? What sort of show is this?
You knew what you were getting into. You've seen this mess before.
This isn't even the sketch.
What? He wasn't being cheeky about what?
He said about the SPG because he put a P face the sticky tongue out when he was like, I'm sure it'll be as good as all the hype, and I thought he was being cheeky about us hyping it. But apparently it wasn't.
I love it when he calls you a boob.
Big old bigger.
That's a bit of both.
Not on Errata as such, but 19 Mark F91 says, I've been without Wi-Fi for a while, so I've finally caught up on all the Palantir episodes.
I'm sorry.
Glad you've made it back into the comment section. Alright, and Will Champion gave a comment about his game against Ed. And was trying to explain that he was actually lucky to get a draw with Ed in the end. This was the game where we thought it was impossible for Ed to win, but he got a draw. And apparently Will got a draw because he had a berserker hidden behind the tree.
Yeah, he had a berserker that Ed didn't know about.
That Ed didn't see.
Yeah, and at the end he just kind of moved him out and yoink.
Cunning.
Well
I like
done.
it.
Ed's a very good player. Maybe he did well to get a draw against him.
Yeah.
Tricksy.
Very good. We have a profile. We haven't had one for a while, but it's Legolas in Orcrist. Would you like to hear the
Legolas in Orcrist.
Who gave us the Legolas in Orcrist?
Larry.
No.
Ryan.
Yes.
Smashed it.
Only one Freddo for you, not two. Okay, so Legolas in Orcrist. Fight value?
7.
0.
Right.
It's a poor helpless elf stuck inside a sword.
Yeah.
Fight 0. Strength?
0.
0.
Sword.
He can't wound anything if he's inside an inch of metal.
Mhm.
Defense?
0.
7.
7, of course.
Try getting to him. you have to break through the sword first. Wounds?
10.
3.
Try getting to him.
2 for leggy, 1 for Orcrist. Attacks?
None, it's a sword.
Yeah. Dude's more like war gear than anything.
Well, depends if it falls off the wall.
But
Oh, don't you?
Weird.
That's not fair.
Damian will probably explain that in a bit. Remind us. Yeah, but he does cause terror and D3 wounds to orcs with his 0 attacks.
Right, good.
Because, you know, it's Orcrist. Alright, courage 2. Why is that?
Seems low.
Because it's an elf in a sword.
Yeah, he's scared.
Scared.
Stuck in the sword. But special rules, stuck in the sword. As stated before, he, Legolas and Orcrist can be used as war gear with all the benefits Orcrist provides. The prince is trapped is another special rule. I didn't give a sufficient pause there. But okay, apparently you can wield Legolas and Orcrist. The prince is trapped. Such is the terrifying and confusing prospect that the Prince of Mirkwood has been exiled into his own sword. Due to a tongue-twisted hobbyist, that all models, good and bad, suffer a -2 to their courage, act as if broken, and that all models called terror.
Okay.
Okay. Standfast Fury and any other special abilities or magic isn't effective against this
Good roll.
terrifying disaster. Immobile. Legolas in Orcrist is a sword that's tragically lying on the floor. He is unable to move, but may be carried as a light object. To do this, a good or enemy model can pick him up at no cost and wield him just like regular Orcrist.
So do you have to pay points to have Legolas in Orcrist in your army?
It's 281 points,
281 points!
with the option for an additional 79 points. He can be equipped with a sheath.
281 for the 281 in Mansfield, do you think? Is that...
I think that is.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
I like that. That's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Legolas in Orcrist's sheath. He and whoever wields him counts as unarmed and loses all special abilities Orcrist earlier had. Brilliant.
Good profile, I like it.
Thank you very much, Acton.
Changing the meta.
Yeah.
Quite cheap. And then you pick up as well, I thought.
Your sculpt one, right?
And painted it, it'd be a breeze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'd have to have 2 versions. You'd have to have one in sheath, one in... You'd have one
yeah.
a dismount.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
One in sheath,
dismount.
one without.
Dismount.
And the sheath would be hard because you have to cut that off one of their backs and
Oh,
then put
yeah.
it in.
Yeah,
You'll get on
I've
that.
not thought that through
Yeah,
properly.
no.
Shadow and Flame conversion pack?
You'd have to paint the wood panel on the sheath. Got
No,
that
actually-
detail.
You'd do it. You'd get away with it by sculpting it as Leggy and Orcrist, so it's an original sculpt. But I think you'd actually sell a load of them from people just wanting an Orcrist. For your kind of like Thorin's, your Thorin's King Under the Mountain. Yeah, and you can get away with that because it's not Orcrist, it's
It's
Legolas
leggy
in
in
Orcrist.
Orcrist.
What if you just wanted Legolas?
I think you have to buy a Legolas. What is that for a proxy?
Just
Legolas.
Just Orcrist on a base.
Yeah,
Stood
Legolas.
up. That's my Legolas.
Well, lie it down. Can't see it.
Well, it looks like Orcrist. Yeah, he's in Orcrist.
Elven cloak.
Elven cloak inside Orcrist.
Ah, then you wouldn't be able to see him.
Yeah.
How do you know he's in there?
Is it like also? Is this like a genie? Is he trapped in it? If someone rubs their hand on Orcrist after they've been to the hospital, does Legolas pop out?
I'm sure it will pop out.
Great. Like that.
Gives you 3 wishes.
Yeah.
3 shots.
3 shots.
That's good.
Very good.
Oh, brilliant.
That's why we've paid him to be on
Call
the
it
show.
a day there.
Yeah.
That's the show.
That's the show.
I'll tell you, you can keep my fee. I don't care.
What did we talk about last week, Dave?
Oh yes.
Oh no. That's bad because I only watched it the weekend as well.
It's all right. I don't know either.
This just shows how much I take in. Not.
It was the back in time. It was the
It was
good.
the back in
good
time.
is good more filthy than bad.
Oh
Very
yeah, but yeah, good and bad.
Yeah, and we've had a classic.
That's why, because we didn't talk about it last week.
Yeah.
We talked about it 2 weeks ago.
For everyone else, though, it's last week. So in classic Davy McShirra comment, the reason Good haven't won more tournaments is there aren't any 50-point tournaments where Good are currently dominating the scene.
Oh yeah.
All mounted
Oh, yeah,
by
win.
MVP.
Eowyn will ride the battle tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we had quite a few comments from you guys on this. David Reed said, on the topic of good and evil, if you look at last year's GBHL top 10, it seems as if it was mostly evil doing well. So he listed the top 10 just so he could, put his name in there. So, in first place was Jay with Lake Town, so that's clearly evil OP.
He won. No, he didn't win a tournament with Errata, did he? He came
No,
close. Yeah.
so yeah, Lake Town, which is good. But
Yeah.
then, to be fair, Ed Fellbeast,
Yeah.
Dave Nolan, Ferrell's brother,
Yeah.
Gison Fellbeast,
It's more evil.
James Long, Reavers,
Yeah.
Chris, Scottish Chris, Goblin Town and Friends,
Stupid goblins.
James Braun, Moria, but also Rivendell Knights. When he says Moria, it's like Moria,
the
double
tournament he
Fellbeast.
won, he did use both.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Damian, Farurkas, but also Mirkwood.
yeah, but again, the one I won was Farrakhan, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Me being David, Harad, Sam Jeffrey, Moria, but also some mixed. He does like that Grey Company, Arnor, Force. Joe Wilcock, Harad or Isengard. So yeah.
Yeah.
He said, but he did conclude with not sure if this means evil has more feel for it, it's just down to player preference.
But if your top 10 in the league players who are trying competitively are taking evil, that probably means evil has more filth.
Yeah.
What are you
Yes.
doing that day?
I like playing good armies, which is alright really because the last time I played competitively was with Isengard.
That's top
Yeah, that was the last tournament I played in. But generally, for friendly games, I have good armies because I prefer playing with them.
Mm.
But they don't often, like you say, they don't often win regularly.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a better feeling when you do win with them.
Yeah, it means more.
So,
Yeah, when you win with
Yeah,
that
we
whole
said
war
that, I
list.
think, didn't we, 2 weeks ago, that when you do well with a worse army, it means more.
Yeah. Yeah, when you win with the old wargs, you know.
Did you
your
win?
opponent's terrible.
Did you win with your
No.
wargs? I don't think I think, was it lost everything? Good, strange.
Didn't kill a model in the 50-point battle, right?
They wouldn't die though.
they're hilarious, aren't they? The 50-point backmaps. It's the Palantir is kind of that thing you have to sit through for a bit of fun at the end, isn't it? Right.
You know, you can just skip. You can scoot right through that.
Can you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So you just watch the sketch,
It's
watch the
non-linear,
50-point
man.
bat rep. Boom.
Yeah. Just sit down.
That's what I do.
Yeah, and some editing for you. If you're not interested in our inane waffle, skip to 50
I
minutes and 40 seconds.
I've never edited the middle 40 minutes of the show because I'm convinced no one
You should
watches
have
it.
like a DVD of chapters. You can skip chapters.
We constantly swear in the middle of the show, but no one ever complains because they don't watch it. They watch the sketch and they watch the 50-point battle rep, which is mildly hurtful, but
If that was a cue for me to swear,
Yeah.
I'm not falling for it.
please don't.
Yeah. All right.
I'm on to my second cup.
Good.
Jurassic Park mug from you there.
Good luck. Back to the good or evil. Timothy Cole said, "Hey guys, thanks you for answering my question."
Not at all, Tim. And thanks for the share. We noticed you did that on the
Yeah.
Ontario page. Much appreciated. And as of tomorrow, for us, your magazines will be in the post to you. Issue 1 and 2. So as you're watching this on, what day is it? Is it Tuesday? You're watching this on Friday, so they would have been in the post 2 days ago. Enjoy.
It's a good read.
Thanks.
Dave Egan says, when we were talking about the inventions, when we were going through Legions of Middle-earth,
Oh yeah.
and we also went through all of the source books as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
About the GW inventions,
Mm.
and he said that there were a lot more for evil that were considered controversial.
Yes.
So he was talking about the named race, shamans, war marauders, Groblog, Watchers of Karna, Golden King, Reavers, Ferals, Shades, Taskmasters, etc.
Mm. Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, good point.
They've made
Dave,
up
that
more
we
things for
talked
evil.
about as well.
Specifically
the armies,
Reavers
but-
with axes.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yes. Larry. I said something about shamans where I was saying it'd be better if they didn't do something.
Exist.
Yeah, exactly. But if they did exist, that they could do something. And Larry had an idea for them. The idea that maybe they could get a bonus of 1 or 2 to their courage when they're in, until they're broken. But then it shouldn't affect the way the game plays out once the evil army's broken.
So once they're broken, they should still leg it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Unless you're charging a terrifying model.
Mm. Yeah.
Michael Boyer says, cracking episode as always. From my tournament experience, I can tell that if there's a problem, there's probably a Nazgul behind it. So yeah, he says he agrees that they're influencing the metagame in a huge way. Here in Poland, we almost always have some restrictions on our tournaments, and Nazguls and Shades are always included in there.
Well, what?
Are they Nazgul?
Yeah, they ban.
Well, or maybe...
Or Felbies.
Yeah, maybe they're, I don't know,
Felby's
limited
banned.
to 1.
Let us know.
Yeah.
What restrictions are there? That's
Yeah.
really interesting.
Would be. And Matt, Lord the Bramring, said that in the DCHL and in his kind of local events, they often have army restrictions to prevent more filthy armies, dropping.
We don't have a
Stuff
lot
in.
of that over here, do we? There's it's quite an open kind of scene. There's very occasionally we get those
People
things that you have to
abuse
spend
it.
X amount of points on so many models, but there's very rarely any banned models.
Yeah,
I'd say.
true. Yeah, so that was it on the comments from last week. We also asked you, and you did reply to this, you didn't reply about the special guest, but you did reply to, we asked
Oh,
Well,
there he is.
I don't care. I was hurt. I read through the comments and nobody guessed. Oh, nobody cares who the guest is.
But maybe that's because they thought that it wasn't going to be you.
Maybe.
Maybe they just thought it was Jamie again.
Yeah, no, maybe they were like, it was Giblin last time, it must be James, so
Ah, that would explain it.
not interested.
You'll see it.
You did do some fitness earlier.
Don't know what you mean.
Did he? When?
You've been daydreaming again.
Yeah.
You'll see it this week in the comments. Because hopefully the comments will be full of, oh, great to see Dave.
Yeah.
All I say, don't invite that numpty back again.
Or
don't know what he's
they'll
talking
now be
about.
just tumbleweed in the comments.
Do you
just
get
no
his fame?
mention.
Did we talk about this? Do you if they haven't seen you, do you know this?
Probably, yeah.
Who's
this random?
Yeah.
Who's this
It's
random?
Dave Fredericks. What? This Flame from Shadow and Flame.
Oh,
Channel sponsor.
Channel sponsors.
They don't know me as UK Freddy Bear, perhaps.
Perhaps not. That's why no one guessed Derek Drufbay. It's an
Yeah.
anagram. Why did no one play?
Oh, it's an anagram. I
Oh.
wonder why you call me that.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Are you serious?
What?
Did you not get it?
No.
That's why earlier on we had to find 2 UK Freddy Bears.
Oh, that's why you did it.
Do you want to spit some tea again?
They had they haven't played. They just They're all disappointed that Derek Drufbay isn't on the show.
I knew.
Brilliant.
No, they'll know his face because it's in SBG issue 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Not as much as ours.
in that thumbnail.
Not as much as
That
yours,
thumbnail
as
at
we
the back.
now know. Yeah. Anyway, so we asked whether we should include tactics articles in future issues of SBG. And we had that was, King Bonsai kicked off the conversation by asking whether we could do a Army of Thror tactics article. And he said, I can't believe the Army of Thror tactica was cancelled. Definitely would have bought a copy instead of just reading the PDF donated for a copy.
Oh, that's harsh.
I'm very sad that it was cancelled, would have read it over and over.
Hang on.
Pictures.
I've got this.
Are you writing the article now?
Just for you then. There you go. Don't take Thror. That is going in there. There you go. Alright. That's available now.
I feel your tactics.
Send your donation and we'll send that right out to you. I'll grab the camera.
With the camera.
Sorted. Boom.
Boom.
Got a donation there. We'll look forward to that.
So yeah, email us kingbonazai at sbgmagazine@gmail.com
Tactics.
and you'll get that exact issue that's been thrown on the floor.
Yeah, that's a one of a kind. Limited edition.
Yeah, limited edition.
Well, so the general consensus then is people don't like tactics in SVG. Was that it?
What said
Oh,
that...
It's more us. It's we don't think it's necessarily the best use of space. Possibly.
Yeah. What said...
Because it's too specific.
Yeah. Maybe. Don't know.
But then, don't you think that targets two different types of people who buy the magazine potentially? Because you got the people that already. Oh yes. You got the people that have the army already, but don't really know how to play it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have people that don't own the army, but think that's a really competitive way to play. I've never thought of that. I might consider buying that army now.
Segue into War's comment.
So,
He said, I loved the Azog Hunters tactics article so much that it made me buy an Azog Hunters army.
Oh, brilliant.
So well done to Sam Page.
Yeah, congrats,
and War
Sam.
on that.
There you go. Proof.
War also
Evidence.
said that it was a great episode, another perfect 5 out of 7.
getting close. 5 out of
And
7.
he also asked where can we buy the sketch Palantir t-shirts? Last week's sketch.
Well, the other thing was, we haven't talked about this, but I deliberately left this out. This beauty.
Yeah.
We should
Get David Alexander to put it on a t-shirt.
But I was also thinking, our subscribers are lovely, crazy people. We should send this to one of them.
That's a
This
competition.
should be a
As a
competition.
competition.
Yeah. We'll have to
Because there's
chat
only
about
going
what
to
we
be
do.
one trivia question.
Yeah, but we need to be something that if there's a real prize,
Yeah.
which this is, we can't risk that someone would cheat. But I think we could send this to them, because frankly my bin's full.
SBG issue 1000 gets the sketch.
So yeah, well I think we should sort this out for next week.
Hmm.
We'll do a competition to win this piece of art.
Yeah, Larry, come up with a question.
Yeah, that no one can cheat at.
Okay. Obviously, Larry would then not be able to get the sketch, though, which would make it tricky. Okay. Michael Boyan said, what I enjoy the most are the tactics articles and Tom Stats articles. He says, the former are helping me improve as a player, which is something that I always look out for, and the latter are just great fun as I belong to the weird group of stat-obsessed people. There you go. Patrick Boyemeyer kept it short and sweet and just said, tactics article! So I think he was keen.
What, is he angry at it, or?
Tactics
article!
Exclamation mark, not question mark.
No, you know, like when you do something naughty upstairs, like, Thomas Harrison! And you're not happy with it, you know? Something like that.
I think he's happy. And then Mr. Snubbler said, I think the tactics article is good. We don't know who you are though, sorry.
It's probably James.
But I agree that a more generic tactics article would be better. But yes, He also said he loved the sketch and it was great to play you, Damian.
Hey, it was. I think you're James. It was great to play. And if you're Dave, it was great to play you as well.
Dewey said... Oh, I think I had this a comment just to segue on the Cardiff theme. He said, well done for not letting anything slip about SBG issue 3 in Cardiff after forever being hit with questions.
Did my best.
He said you carefully phrase your words, trying not to give anything away, constantly referring to people as that bloke. Who brought something?
Yes, I was very careful.
Tom, I need to get my other cup of tea. Excuse me. Close up.
I love that you have to tell Tom.
Well, I was going to ask him, but
You need to do a review of this
my second cup.
Yeah, this is good mug review. She brought this one with you. You might have to go into the camera.
There we go.
New profile. Dave in camera.
This is my mug. Yeah, there you go. You never guess the connection.
I would say comment below, but
we won't get any comments.
What do you do if you see a fireman?
Put it out, man. Hold one.
Topical.
Just
That's
like, what do you do if you see a spaceman?
Parking it, man.
Yeah.
We're fun.
I don't have one.
I don't want any rock men, are they?
Yes,
Anyway.
back on topic.
Back in the room.
Talking of SBG very briefly, Starfox said, also, can I use the profiles from SBG at the SBG tournament?
The double one?
Yes.
Yes. We haven't actually put that in the rules pack
Yeah.
yet. Because the rules pack is not up, that's why. But yes, the issue 2 profiles, so Thror, King Under Mountain, Thrain Son of Thror, Young Barlin and Gold will all be usable at our tournament. As will, we're going to write this in the pack, aren't we?
Are we?
Yeah, we said we were going to put, not what it is, but the thing.
Oh, yeah.
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 As will the army list
Yes.
from issue 3.
What could that be?
Damn right, ooh.
I don't know.
They're all 50.
I don't know.
It's army list restriction of 50 point max.
So yeah, if issue 3 is out, which it should be, I hope, the army list that is contained within will be usable.
I'm glad you're excited.
I hope it's going to be awesome. Because you're hyping it right up.
So do I.
Oh, that's what Damian does.
Does he?
I get excited about things.
It doesn't take a lot to be fair, does it?
I'm so
Anyway.
excited about tonight.
Spitting his tea across the room.
Tea?
Anyway, trivia section.
Trivia section!
Yeah.
Last week, what did you ask, Damian?
I asked Captain Erkenbrand, Mr. Erkenbrand, Erky, has a horn and a shield, and they are specifically named colours. What colour are Erkenbrand's horn and shield? Mr. Fredericks, did you know? Or did you have a pun?
I didn't comment. Their shield is red,
Potentially.
I think. And what was the other one?
It's a horn.
Erkenbrand.
Mm.
It's a dark colour. I reckon.
Name a dark colour.
The dark. In fact, is it a colour? Or is it a shade?
Is it an absence of colour?
Oh, it's a void. I think it's black.
Alright, so.
Dark horn.
I don't know.
If I'm going to go through some of the guesses or, just poor answers that people
Or is it
have.
white? A lot of people paint it white, don't they?
I don't know what I painted up. I don't think it had a
Don't they?
colour.
I've seen a lot of white
I think
ones.
the Games Workshop one is white. But yeah, we specifically said from the book.
Okay, yeah, it isn't.
So we had some guesses. I'm going to go shield followed by horn when I'm saying these two colours together. So we had electric pink and electric pink. Not close, no. We had 2 offers of a green shield and a red horn.
A green shield?
Green?
2 offers of a red shield and a white horn. Red and then red shield and silver horn. Then we had blue and white or red and gold.
White and gold, surely.
Red and white.
It should be blue and
Like
it
the
should be
mighty
blue and black.
Southampton.
Yeah.
It should be blue and black and white and gold.
Yeah. Close. Red and gold. Red and red. Rich Clemmer went for a red shield. Cue the QI klaxon sound. And a silver horn, so not quite. And we also had red with a bone coloured horn. But actually, the correct answer.
It's a red shield because he upgrades people to red shields. And a black horn.
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
Got your
Did no one get it?
No, 4 people.
I just got it.
Yeah,
5
obviously,
people now.
Congratulations, though. We've never been able to tell them on this live. You won the
Yeah.
chance to buy yourself a Freddo.
Do you have a Freddo?
No.
Good, because I'm getting money on me.
Because you would
You would
have
have
to
to
pay
buy
for it.
it.
Just donated it all to.
I'll charge you 50p.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations to Michael Boyan, Rich Clemmer.
What's
Rich
that?
Clemmer. I said he did the QI klaxon. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Andreas and Haldir88. Some top comment reviewing from me.
Absolutely. It's all falling apart again. It was really tight and
Yeah.
professional up to that
No,
point.
the clanger would sound because he got it right.
Yeah, but
He was expecting
It
to
was
get it
too
wrong.
obvious, yeah.
it says a silver horn though.
Oh.
Maybe he's
But I don't
naming his
think it-
favourite mountain.
Did you get them both right to get the Freddo?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, have one anyway for that comment.
If you got it right, use your own integrity.
Yeah. Use your own integrity. Well done, everyone. Larry Miller said, I think I'd get more courage from someone having a red horn rather than a regular one. Just, he threw that out there.
Why?
I don't know.
Red ones go faster.
And Michael Boyan said, I feel like you're being tricksy here, as with Gandalf's hat being blue.
It is blue.
It is when you
Fact.
paint it blue.
Let's not go here again.
Anyway.
What do you think? Where do you come down on it? Is it blue or grey?
It's blue.
It's blue.
Officially, a lot of people paint it grey.
Crazy people. Oh, there's a toy figure.
Yeah.
Oh, what is that? that's inconclusive. That's a kind of...
The whole figure is shadow grey.
I'd
It's
say
a shade
that's
of blue.
I'd say that's bluey grey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is the action figure.
Well, it's not as blue as this scabbard.
I think that's more grey than blue. But the way the way
it's
GW
like
paint
denim
it.
blue, isn't it?
Fun. The debate rages on.
Yeah.
Take this off. Oh yeah, it's awesome. So you can make a little like finger puppet or something. Look at that. You put a little. Oh,
This is Gandalf on Bolg on
you
film.
shut up.
Is that Ian McKellen playing Dave's finger playing Gandalf?
It's awesome.
It is awesome.
Or you could look like you've got a really big head.
Or a small hat.
Well, it is a small hat.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Or you could just look like a shark.
You're really in the illusion. Actually, if you put that hat in the right place on the camera, it would look like the real size.
That's
on,
how they
on
film
my
Lord of
head.
the Rings, yeah. It was all done with floating plastic hats.
See if you can do it. You're gonna have to get pretty close. That's a small hat.
You have to come in from above
Yeah.
as well, so that it doesn't give away how you're doing it.
No, in front of the lens, not the screen.
Not the screen.
Oh, that's a bit big. Here we go. No,
You'll have to
this
go
way a bit.
forward. This way a bit.
Hey! Look at that. That's brilliant. You wanna wear it?
I do.
Oh.
I really do.
Oh, it suits you better. That's brilliant.
Oh, that was outstanding content.
Never
Good. That's what it's all about.
I am so glad you guys don't pay for this. Because
Oh dear. Larry on his call said, wow, that phone call part was definitely the best part of the Palantir so far.
ever.
Ever. It needs more of that guy. But yeah, it's surreal watching a conversation that you heard through in a few days before. Definitely not something I've experienced before. Just record yourself, Larry.
I think it means at the other end, seeing what we were up to.
Phone yourself. Record that.
I still think you'll know what you're up to
Oh.
when you're phoning yourself.
Yeah.
How can you phone yourself?
2 phones.
So you got to use. What you got? Who owns 2 phones?
Landline.
Like a business
house
phone.
phone. Yeah, house phone.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
These are the big questions.
Good questions, yeah. On Damian's list, people commented on that. I didn't comment on commented on your list whether you should take Train the Broken or
or Champions of
Champions of
Erebor
Erebor. And you had a vote for Road to Rivendell from Tom Turtle.
Isn't that the most returned figure? Games Workshop get.
What, Champions of Erebor Barlin?
No, Train the Broken.
Is it?
Really?
Because it's broken. They take it back because it's broken. Everyone else is broken.
I was like, Dave collects all the models.
Yeah.
Dave knows about this stuff. This is an awesome
This is a
trivia.
nugget.
fact.
Yeah, this is a nugget.
You just ask them, phone them up, Games Workshop,
Yeah.
customer service.
Yeah.
What is the most returned figure? Train the Broken. True story.
Yeah.
You don't believe me? It's true. These people are stupid in general, and they like to return broken things. I was not one of these people. I used to.
Are you now being serious?
Yes, that's a true story fact. Because I phoned them up and asked them.
It's like Rob Mayak all over
It
again.
is. Well, hang on, so you're saying what? It is the most returned model.
Yeah.
Because it says the broken on it,
I would imagine that's a strong reason. Yeah.
and people think they've accidentally typed that on.
Because he's broken. Yeah. And it's not like he's broken in the game. It's because he's broken on the packaging.
And they wrote it on.
Yeah.
I love that from a manufacturing point of view. Something goes wrong with your figure,
Yeah.
and you go, oh well, just change the packaging and say it's broken and sell it anyway.
Yeah, exactly. From a marketing perspective, why would you put something's broken on the packaging?
So did you say you rang them up and asked them what the most returned figure was?
Because I was curious.
Oh. And they said Dwayne the Broken?
Yeah.
You sure that the person you were chatting to wasn't hilarious?
Could be. They might have been quite
That's all
liar.
incredibly sharp.
Yeah. In fact, that was probably more likely.
Well, maybe. Yeah.
Anyway, back to your list. You got twice as many votes for Train the Broken
Oh, okay. Cool.
than Champions of Erebor.
Does that mean I have to take Dwayne the Broken? That's what I said.
Potentially.
Alright. Is this still the trivia section?
Trivia section! Yeah, it's because Larry's call took me on and then I went off trivia, but that I do this often.
You do?
And we don't have the question.
You haven't even answered yours yet.
Yeah. You've
Yes.
only done Erkenbrand.
Yes. That's because in the comment review you're below me.
I don't know why that would be.
Yeah, so then I missed out that. So yeah, my question last week was how many times does Grima meet his friends the Ringwraiths?
Trixie.
Trixie. False.
It is Trixie first. And I guessed one. Because I knew that they go to Isengard.
Mhm.
Ringwraiths go to Isengard. And say,
Take
Saruman
In the
in!
ring race to
Isengard.
Isengard.
to Isengard. He goes, Saruman in! And Grim goes, who is it? He goes, the Ringwraiths. He goes, what do you want? He goes, we want to chat to him about a ring, and he's got a ring. He goes, no, it was really good, really important ring. And he goes, I don't think he's in. No, can you check? And he goes, Saruman. And Saruman goes, who is it? He goes, it's the Ringwraiths. And they go, what do they want? And he goes, they're about a ring. And he goes, no, I'm not interested. And then Grim goes back, no, he's not interested. He goes, well, can we talk to him at least? We might. That's how I remember it.
Why wasn't that in the map?
It's in these it's extended edition.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
That's kind of what happens, right?
Yeah.
I guess one.
I did not know this.
What about that?
Well, either.
But yeah, no
Okay.
one actually knew the answer. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people guessed it. And the answer
I wouldn't
is
imagine it's much.
It's going to be two, isn't it?
Two or
Two.
three.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
the answer is 2. So the example that Damian gave, and also in Unfinished Tales, Grima directs the Nazgul towards the Shire when they're going there. He gives them directions.
Really?
He bumps
In
into them.
Unfinished Tales?
Yes, and if you listen to the Lord of the Rings radio edition, that is one of the first scenes in
Yes,
the Lord of the Rings
it
radio
is.
edition.
So is that... Where is that in Unfinished Tales? Is that in like the Quest for Erebor or something?
I don't know where it is. It's somewhere in there.
Cool, it's a good question.
But yeah,
It's canon, it counts.
yeah.
So who got it right?
Getting it right was J22, Michael Boyan, Rich Clammer, Halder88 and David Whittaker. Which means that Rich Clammer, Halder88 and Michael Boyan all get double Freddo.
As long as Richard Clemmer's using his integrity.
Yes, the chance to get a double Freddo. I could really just have taken the klaxon sound and given it to Rich Clammer and it could have been anyone. So yes.
Cool, well done.
Anyway, trivia for this week.
Trivia for this week, we thought it was only right, as we had a guest star, that we get the guest star to ask the question. Over to you, Mr. Frederick.
Okay. Well, I thought this is quite easy, but my comrades disagree. Okay. The question is, what is the name of the character played by Peter Jackson when he did his cameo in Fellowship of the Ring? Okay. I think it was uncredited in the film, but post-film he was given a name.
Want to show him?
Shameless plug.
Oh, you can do.
This is Mr.
They know who it is. The guy,
Derek
the guy
Drufbay.
eating the carrot.
This is Derek Drufbay's.
Custom Derek
Custom.
Drufbay sculpt.
It's
Drufbay
not focusing.
miniatures.
It's not the best paint job in the world.
There we go.
It's an old mini before you criticise and...
It's awesome. It's awesome.
This was sculpted many years ago for a potential Brie supplement.
Yes, 2008.
I mean, he has a name.
And you didn't.
Myself and Tom didn't know this,
No.
which is why Dave thought it was obvious, and I was like, that's a really good trivia question.
Sculpted for a potential Brie supplement.
Yeah, you'll hear about it in
Yes.
videos in weeks to come.
I was going to say tell us
I'm not
more.
going to expand on that too much. No.
It was a fan-made supplement, it's not like...
Right.
it's not
yeah.
like kind of...
No,
I was getting. I
official.
was like, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. You should do that.
So yeah, what is his name? As ever, don't Google it.
Derek Drufbay.
Derek Drufbay.
Could be.
It's an ancestor. And yeah, that's the question.
Do
And
not Google it.
we have the answer, so we know it, so we'll know it for next week when Dave will sadly no longer be with us. Like, he'll be alright.
He'll be there in spirit.
Hopefully. Hopefully I'll still be alive. I just won't be here. Right.
And we will let you know the answer for the chance to win a Freddo. So there is only a chance to win one Freddo next week. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, guys.
All right. Then we got a few nice comments about Em's Lord of the Rings themed cards if she was to do them.
Should be
Which is
cool.
Avatar of Odin said, "Don't suppose there's any chance SBG issue 3 will feature a handmade embossed shiny 3D cover." But yes. All right.
I'll have a word.
Hmm?
I'll have a word.
Yes. So then, on the topic of last week's 50-point bat rep, I guess I will talk about those just before we do the 50-point bat rep. So,
Tournaments?
news. It's no different to last week.
There's no tournaments.
No
Yeah.
news.
Apart from Games Workshop's doubles event is on sale
Yeah, tickets are on sale. Go and support it.
as of today.
Campaign weekend. Pretty
Yes,
cool. I
campaign.
haven't actually looked, because I knew I couldn't go, I haven't looked at the rules pack. But,
Last weekend in April, right?
Yes. Yes, after Destination Stockport.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 30th and 1st,
Yeah,
or 31st
yeah,
and 1st, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah, so it's another GW event, which is awesome. So make sure you go and check that out.
And yeah, same as we said before. So we said Sanctuary in Mansfield, followed by
Which we're going to.
Epping, which is sold out.
Woo!
Mid Sussex War Games
That's awesome.
in Epping.
Congrats! I know Sam's event's always sold out, but they're it's been co-run by Josh Triffin.
Yep.
It's the first tournament at that venue, so congrats to Josh. That's awesome. I hope it goes very well.
And then the third one is Throne of Skulls,
Brilliant, and we'll be
which
at
is
that.
also sold out.
So what about you, Mr. Fredericks? Will we be seeing you at a tournament anytime soon?
I can't make the Games Workshop ones, but I will be going unless something drastically unforeseen happens. I will be going to the Stockport tournament.
Are you going to the Destination Stockport?
Yeah,
That'll be handy.
it will
That'd
be.
cool. Yeah, it'd be good to have you there
Will it?
at that event. Yeah.
Why?
So, might be people want to talk to you about stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
Maybe. Don't know.
Bree supplement.
Yeah, and I'll be.
Derek Drufbay.
Derek Drufbay.
And again, it should be Ardicon as well.
Awesome.
Mm.
Very
Yeah.
exciting. Well, I'll be good to see you.
Yeah, I probably won't get to any of the others, if I'm all completely honest.
It's a long
Even
way
though
up,
I'd like
isn't
to.
It's a long way up.
But it's a long way up.
Yeah.
I know they're not all that far away, but you kind of unlimited in time and
Yeah, absolutely. Tricky.
Indeed. So this week's
There's other bit of news that isn't about
this
SPG
week's next bit
that I
of
think
news.
seamless, that I think is quite exciting. Do you know what I might say this right. Do you know what the Battle for Vedros is?
Yes.
Have you read? This is cool. No?
No, I was joking.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah.
Your joking
I-
face is completely deadpan.
So a lot of my faces.
I hope one day you do it.
Lily's
like
really
man speech.
confused half the time.
That explains an awful lot.
Yeah.
The Battle for Vedros
Yeah.
has been, I don't think it's been released, but it's started being leaked, is a 40k starter set
Mm-hmm.
with like Space Marines and
Space Marines,
orcs
yeah.
and paints and a brush in completely different packaging to be sold in toy shops with different rules.
Mm.
And it's like,
externally.
yeah.
Oh.
And it's aimed, it's called Warhammer 40,000, the Battle for Vedros, and the idea is you buy it and you get everything. And then they've also got, I think there's 6 boxes, so the Space Marine bikes, Space Marines, and
What, they're separate
yeah,
like,
the
extensions.
add-ons.
Yeah.
But they're called the Battle of
Expansions.
Vedros bike.
And-
And then there's orcs, there's a track, Gretchen and Orc Boys.
And this
So-
is important because,
It's them doing something very, very different.
which may
Is-
happen for...
Yeah, and is potentially good. You go way back, you used to be able to get Warhammer and 40k, you could get them in Argos. And like toy shops and Toys R Us, you could get the big box. Hero Quest
Yeah, Hero Quest.
was
Rock on.
in Smiths and stuff, and obviously SBG when it first came out.
Yeah.
And this was, this was good. They're gateway drugs,
Yeah.
and I don't know, it's very cool. And the thing is, it's in completely different packaging, and it's got a separate website.
But is it the same size figures?
Yeah, they're 40k
You
figures.
could use
They're
them in
existing
40K.
40k figures, and it's called Warhammer 40,000. And the rules are there's a little playthrough. They're the same but stripped down. So I don't know if it was SBG, there
No,
probably
Might,
wouldn't
Will,
be
Fate.
Might, Will and Fate and
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. Yeah, and they've stripped out all the complicated stuff.
There's no new models in it now, is there?
I don't
It's
think.
all
I think it's all
existing
from. Is it
stuff.
Assault from Black Reach? I
Yeah.
think. I think it's the previous starter
Okay.
set.
Models.
Yeah, but there's a website just for this that I don't think I was having a look today. I think it's the US and Canada one that's gone live. You can go onto it. It's not like leaks. It's live, but on the UK site there doesn't seem to be anything about Battle for Vedros, so you can't link to it. But you can Google Battle for Vedros and get a completely separate website just for this thing. With like 4 videos on it. How do you build your models? How do you paint them? How do you play the game? And it's got like a breakthrough of it. And I think it's fantastic in terms of them reaching out and putting their products
And then you think
somewhere
they might
else.
do a Battle of 5 Armies or something.
Not necessarily, well, maybe,
If it does all
but
right.
not necessarily. But just the fact that they seem to be going back to a lot of the
What they used to do.
they're
What
bringing
works.
back exactly.
What works.
They're bringing back specialist games.
Mhm.
Like they've done sales, like the Black Friday sale stuff. I don't know why, but in the last year or so, I
They're
don't
doing
know.
the starter sets
Yeah.
for Age of Sigmar. I think it's 40k as well, isn't it?
Mm.
So, and I think you save money on those.
Yeah. And they started seeming to do things that people have been asking them to do
Mhm.
for a while. And I don't know, they obviously then, burnt the old world to the ground and destroyed one of their much loved games. But hey, can't win them all.
No.
But I don't know, I think that's really quite exciting, even though it's not our game, the fact that Games Workshop are putting their stuff out there and it will get more people playing the game, which is a good thing. I don't know, just caught my eye. I thought it was quite cool.
Very good.
Yeah, well, I think somebody in that company has recognised that something needed to change.
Yeah.
And it's happening, so...
But I mean, that's obviously, I would think, linked to Age of Sigmar. Like, Age of Sigmar was the first step of that. As much as Warhammer players weren't particularly happy about it, clear that was the first step in kind of going, right, Warhammer's not working, we'll make this new game and we'll start trying. Because I know there's adverts for it in wargaming magazines for Age of Sigmar. People have said this before.
Yes. Well, I saw one, what was it in?
It was in something like sci-fi
Yeah,
magazine or something.
it was like a movie magazine.
Yeah.
You know.
They've got like a double page spread for Age of Sigmar, and they haven't done external advertising in, I don't know, maybe since Battle Games of Middle-earth. And I think that was, as horrific as that seemed to a lot of Warhammer players, that was, whether it was a good idea or not, it was kind of relevant, but that was like their first step.
Yeah.
First step in a master plan, long in the making. And
Very good.
I think this is, I don't know, I think it's a good step. It's a good idea that you go out to a toy
Master
shop.
plan, of course, it's a good step.
Yeah. And it's a gateway drug, which is what these things always were. Like, you see it somewhere else, you get it. I saw Warhammer for the first time in Argos. Remember that? Seeing it in the catalogue. What's that? That looks cool. And you go and find out.
Yeah. Well, today.
Go back to the Battle Games in Middle-earth. Like, what got me roped in. Got me through the doors of Games Workshop. So, you know, it does work.
Well, yeah, I'll be intrigued to see where that goes and if they do more of it for Age of Sigmar stuff. But very interesting, I thought.
Topic for this week?
Have we got one? Look at me. Right,
Derek Drufbay.
Firefighting 101. Don't play with matches, kids.
Yeah, we're going to do fire safety with Dave. And so, yeah, this week we're going to have a chat with Dave about sculpting.
Okay.
Vedros.
Right.
This
As
is
I
not
live
news.
and breathe.
Indeed. Go on, Tinsley.
Boom.
So, yeah.
It's a piece of cake, isn't it?
Yeah. Why do I sculpt?
Great.
Philosophical
Huh?
question.
Why do you sculpt?
Why do I sculpt? Because I like to fiddle with things and enhance them and come up with stuff that nobody else has.
Can you fiddle with him and enhance him?
Unnecessary.
Given enough time and the right tools.
Bit green stuff.
Right.
Agree stuff do wonders.
Yeah. Oh, I just like the way you can take a model that everyone else has got, add something or change it, cut it up, put it back together, and now you've got a model that nobody's got. Unless they
it's
choose
you,
to-
and then they try and get it out of you.
yeah. Unless it's that good that everybody wants one.
Yeah.
Which is quite often the case, but
So you've got on your web store your original ones like your tree giants and
Majestic
Yeah.
Bear.
the
yeah.
bear, and then recently we did conversion kits and those kind of things.
Yeah, the conversion kits are keeping me busy. Either casting or making, putting them together for people that aren't confident in doing them.
So is this the Iron Hills ones?
Yeah, Iron Hills. I think I've had enough of the Thround Wheel now. Steve Crow's the expert. Well done, Steve.
Thanks for the ticket.
Yeah,
Well,
let's sort you out with a ticket and a throne door.
The dwarves, people get a few dwarves because although it's easy enough to cut and shut the plastic Thorns company.
Oh, what, for the ponies?
Yeah,
Oh, right.
the mounted ones. You know, people still like the
You sculpt the extra
bottom
stuff on.
half.
Yeah.
You know, to look like the
Yeah.
non-generic. You know, so it looks like the foot version a bit more.
It's quite clever in a way what you've done, that you've created conversion kits that are very easy to do yourself, but not...
I tried to design them to be
I didn't mean to.
the easiest,
Yeah.
you know, easy for someone who's not proficient in doing them, so that they're more confident in being able to do it. Yeah, so, you know, a lot of people have
Lots of people have
put
done it.
things on ponies, but then you've got to, you know, and some people haven't because there's no legs on there. I'm not going to even try it. But here's a pony with some legs on. It doesn't get any easier. You just got to cut your plastic figure in half and stick it on the top.
I think it's nice. You can go literally at that level with the Thorns company, cut them in half and stick them on and be done.
Yeah.
Or if you're a little more confident, you do
Yeah.
the legs and the coats and those kind of things.
Yeah, I mean, I did the whole company in one day. Stockport.
Yeah.
I didn't manage to get it all done. You know, the lower half's completely done, but I managed to get a good way through them. But yeah, that'll be. I've got a video tutorial planned for the Shadow and Flame channel.
Nice.
I'm sure you check it out.
That is coming.
Is it? It's just Shadow and Flame
Yes.
on YouTube.
Yeah, Shadow and Flame.
Make sure you go subscribe.
It's in our channel what do you call it, associated with channels.
Yeah, I've seen that.
On YouTube.
And it's fair to say you're doing most of the videos.
I was supposed to say I'm doing all the videos, I think.
So why is that?
Well, Kev, for a start, he doesn't like being on camera. He prefers to stay out of the limelight.
In the shadows.
In the shadow, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though, he's really talented in that, but he just likes to focus on his work, get it done. Don't get me wrong, he's a helpful guy, as you all know. People have contacted him, he'll answer your questions. More than
Not this week's trivia question.
No, not this.
He's also started.
I wonder if he'll know that answer. He might do.
He's also started doing these kind of stage by stage on the Facebook things.
Yeah.
They've been really good.
I think we've managed to talk him into getting them up on the website.
Yeah, he did a post asking about doing a monthly
Cause
video.
I said to him, it's all right putting these on Facebook, but they're going to drop off eventually, and no one will ever know, and you'll just keep getting asked over and over again, Kevin. Yeah. So he's realised that, and we need to put a permanent record, because originally I said perhaps send me the photographs and I'll do a narrative video, and we were going to do it that way, but it's not ideal because people would like to see you doing stuff. If you're doing a video, people don't want to sit there and watch a load of still photographs. So
that made the Palantir easier.
He's
just still photos.
Yeah. So
just do it all. So
he's gonna have a crack at that, and so we should be getting a few more painting tutorials, and I think to a degree they're a bit easier. They're easier to follow the script with the photographs more so than the sculpting would be, because it's quite hard to demonstrate how you sculpt something in a still photograph. Which is why we do the videos.
Have you got any top tips for sculpting for the kiddies out there who've never done it or are struggling beyond, sticking green stuff into holes to film as cars and stuff like that?
So if you're just starting out, and try and keep it simple to start with. If you want to try and do a whole figure and knock yourself out, but don't expect it to be awesome unless you are naturally gifted. But even if you do have a natural talent for it, unless you know the right techniques, and ways to do stuff and the way the party behaves, you're not going to get an amazing result straight away. It's a learning curve. So to keep things simple, head swaps, so you've just got to sculpt the hair back in. Hair off is a relatively simple thing to sculpt, I find. And then from there you can sort of progress up a bit. Cloaks are a little bit more tricky. They sound simple enough, but you've got to get the right folds in to make it look natural, which isn't easy unless you've consciously made an effort to study it. There are different types of folds.
Bifold.
Bifold doors, strong. You
Folds.
have compression folds. Tom's going to go to sleep in a minute.
Got eye fold, that's when you're playing poker.
Compression folds and extension folds. There you go.
And what are they?
Well, extension fold is when the material is stretched. So if I do this, you can see I've got vertical. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but you've got vertical lines. Yeah. Whereas compression folds is if I lean over, you can see it all sort of rumples up to it.
Do it on yourselves.
Yeah,
try it down. It'll work.
So, and study things. So look at where the curtains are. You can't see the curtains from here, but I can.
Look at your own.
Look at your own curtains.
Other curtains are available.
So tight folds at the top, coming down and widening the lower they get.
I've never really thought about
that. And if you want to do compression fold, get a towel, hang it over something so it drapes on the floor and it's all crumpled up, and you can see sort of how it transcends from the vertical ones to the crumpled ones. So just
have some fun with some towels.
Yeah, I mean,
go nuts.
It's all about the folds.
Don't go too crazy.
Yeah. But I would
please
suggest,
towel responsibly.
if you are going to move on to cloaks, get yourself some rubber clay shapers. And you might not know what they are. So have we got?
Is it this thing? Is it the thing that looks like a paintbrush that's been dipped in grey paint?
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
And then that's rubber, isn't it? Yeah.
There's two I use. One's a cone shape, and the other one's a chisel.
Oh yeah. Cone. Chisel. Tom. Hello. Yep.
And they're awesome because fabric is a soft, not shape. What am I trying to say?
Not material.
Well, yeah, it's soft material. It's a material. It's cloth. What I mean is, armour's hard, so you can get away with using metal tools and getting square edges, whereas because fabric flows and it's folded, it's not. There's nothing. There's no square edges on the cloth. Is what I'm trying to say. And those, because they're given them, you can work it around them more naturally than trying to do it with a metal tool, which would be much more difficult.
So I've wondered in the past, because my green stuff is fairly awful. I can just about fill gaps
Right.
and that sort of stuff. And I wonder if maybe
do that in the show.
this whole show's a gap. Maybe the reason for this is because I mix up green stuff and then I put it in a little pot to keep it wet. Because I had that breakthrough that it's better when it's wet.
Better for what?
Like if you don't, oh god, it's gone wrong.
If it's wet, it's not going to stick to anything.
No, but if you leave it, it dries out. I found. So not the stuff I'm using. I'll leave the bit I'm not using in water so it doesn't cure.
Oh really? Okay. I've never heard of that.
Then don't do it.
So you've mixed it up.
I mix it up in green, and I always find it's more pliable when it's wet. God, it looks like when I was in the A levels, and I was talking to my biology teacher,
Well,
and she was saying, "What do you know about
might
biology?"
well be.
And I was saying, mitosis is easier to spell than meiosis.
But do you not think you're mixing too much up to start with then?
Maybe. I do now.
If you're going to the extent where you're trying to save it because you know you're not going to get to it.
I want to hear
Why
more
you-
about
why you
meiosis and mitosis.
That's what I learned from A-level. If you ask me about A-level biology now, what I can tell you is that mitosis is easier to spell than meiosis. That's all I've got. It's true. Because I could spell mitosis now, I'd probably get meiosis wrong. But I found that when I was mixing up green stuff, even I do always make too much. But then it's like cooking rice. I'm always like, oh man, I need a bit more this time. Oh, I've done it again. And I just found that as soon as I started using it, if it wasn't wet, you couldn't do anything with it. I found, which is clearly wrong. But this wasn't even meant to be the bit that was wrong, which is quite funny. I was going to say that I wondered the reason why green stuff has got great is because I then put it in that, and then I try and shape it with a combination of my hobby knife, a dressmaking pin, and the end of a paper clip.
Right.
And I genuinely think it's like I'm not.
It depends what you're trying to do.
I'm not meeting it halfway here.
I mean, they're perfectly, acceptable tools. Depending on if you're just gap filling with them, presumably.
Yeah.
You're not going to, sculpt a figure with those, are you? But
Tried.
I bet that came out well. Was it as good as as Wild?
It looked like Olaf.
It
was meant to be a
no,
dragon.
do you cut the middle bit out of your green stuff ribbon?
What?
I don't even understand the question.
You've got your green stuff comes in two colours.
Yeah.
Red. Red. No, there's no red.
No red. Is that what I'm
Unless
doing
you
wrong?
can't-
I've got the red stuff.
No, blue and yellow. Yeah, we mixed together. Makes green. Right?
Correct.
Okay, but where they touch,
Yeah.
that's already in a semi-cured state
Right.
because they're contacted already. And if you just cut a little slice of ribbon off and mix it up, you're going to end up with a hard bit in there somewhere, which will be impossible to smooth out because it's already set. So what you do is you cut the bit of ribbon off that you want, then you slice off all the yellow that's not in contact with the blue, and you slice up all the blue, that's not in contact with the yellow. So you end up with a little bit in the middle, which you just bin.
So when you're making stuff then, do you just cut a line off the top? Like go straight across?
Yeah, more or less. Well, it depends. Sometimes I'll just cut a corner off.
Because mine's in a right state now, to be honest, and I just kind of pick a bit of blue and yellow from wherever I can find it. And I know what you mean about the hard bit. I've had bits like that I never really understood why they're hard, and that's because it's already touched.
That's because the contact between them. Yeah. No, you can buy your yellow and blue in separate sticks. Yeah. It's a bit more expensive though. But you know, if you're just using the regular ribbon, then, but you know, you need to cut out the middle.
Does it have a use by date or an expiry date or anything?
I mean, it does. It depends how long, really. I mean, it takes years, really.
Because I'm using the same stuff now, and as I said, this is the reason my green stuff is awful was because my tools, my talent, not the green stuff. But I'm using the stuff now that I bought, I don't know, when I was 17, 18.
Yeah.
So my green stuff is at least 15 years old now, I reckon.
I think as long as you're not using, because that contact will gradually spread out into, it'll get wider and wider the longer it's together, as you know, the polymers will spread out. Tom.
It's talking about polymers and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you spell polymers? Is it harder or easier than meiosis?
Yeah. And
it's easier than meiosis.
Okay. If you keep it cold as well, it's supposed to hold off the chemical reaction.
Put it in the freezer.
It slows it down.
It's too cold.
Yeah, a lot of people say do put it in the freezer. I don't bother because I go through it so quick anyway.
Yeah.
I've not got around for years. So. But you know, if you're not a regular user of it and you've got a load, because you can buy it in up, I think it's up to 36 inches. Some people sell it for. You can trivia question.
What is ideal to buy under 36 inches?
Yeah, but I mean, there's loads of tools you can get as well for sculpting. Yeah. I use 6, and 2 of those are the clay shapers that you just mentioned. I use a hobby knife, which is with a sharp point. I use a needle point. So you're going back to your pin.
Get those out again. I've got the 4 here. So hobby knife. It's fairly self-explanatory.
That's a very small one. I've got a bigger one than that.
Yep.
Right, with a needle point, which I've put in a little wooden dowel to make it. So I've cut the eye off the needle, drilled into the dowel.
Oh, that is just a needle?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
I've drilled into the dowel, put it in a pencil sharpener, and then obviously pop the needle tip into the, just so you can hold it easier.
That's very cool.
Okay.
It's like something you made in prison to shank someone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Don't do that, kids.
No. That's the metal sculpting tool, which is kind of a generic one. So it's got like a blade on one end and a small spoon on the end.
It's another shanking tool. It's a knife spoon.
Yeah. So that spoon is used for spreading the putty out into what you've already got. And that one is, I tend not to use that end so much. That's the one I use, and that
little hook.
Yeah, they're used for nail art. Funny enough, people paint their nails with those little things. Mm-hmm. And that's the smallest ball, which I bent the end over accidentally, and I find it works brilliant now. Because it's just the right size for when I do chainmail. So. And that's all I use. There's, like I said, there's loads more I've got in my little sculpting
case, haven't you?
Case. There's a whole. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they're all in here. Look. See, got all those tools as well.
That way, sorry.
But you don't really use those ones.
I never use them. That's why they're in that case.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Occasionally I use. Oh, no. I've got a couple of faces in there. There's a couple of pick tools, like dentistry stuff, which I sometimes
put faces on.
Faces
Why
on.
not?
Yeah.
Little sculpted faces.
Little sculpted faces. Little sculpted faces.
And you got some corks in
Can't
here.
see. Yeah. So they're pre-detailed faces, but
You've got some corks in here that you presumably stick the greens on to hold the corks.
Yep, the cork's in there. I've also got. That's for the wing membranes. So if you're doing something big like a dragon, you can get this excellent stuff. It's called wire form. And it's basically a sheet of wire mesh which you can cut to the side and you can bend it how you want. And then you can putty either side of it.
Cool.
Because that's another thing with sculpting.
Poor man's chain though.
Is you always need something to push against when you're sculpting. Because you can't push against thin air, because it doesn't work.
Legolas can.
I like it.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
Pretty cool.
Always lubricate your tools, because your tools will stick to the putty.
Yeah.
You're going off on one again. Innuendo, Damian. Right. So use different things you can use. Some people use the saliva because it doesn't stick. Some people use Vaseline.
You can't.
No, this is true. The trouble with Vaseline is because it's oil based. It's hard to get off your model. You've got to keep washing it. Yeah. I don't know if I can show you the next one. Right, there's KY jelly. It's just, right, you're laughing. Keep it clean first. Right, and that's good because it's water based, so you can easily wash it off your model. If you've got too much on there. And what's the other one? Oh, and you can just use regular water. But the trouble with water is it dries quickly and runs off and doesn't stay where you want it to be.
Like in your radio.
Yes. Which you can fix with green stuff. So that's lubrication. The only other thing I use is talcum powder. And I use that like flour. If I'm rolling out some patty flat, I'd use the talcum powder.
So it doesn't stick to the desk.
So it doesn't stick to the desk or the tool. Alright, and then
That's a good idea.
what you can do is just wash off put your finger in some water. So you've made it flat because you want to do a banner or a cloak. Just wash off the bit, cut the shape you want. Wipe a bit off the top if it's a cloak, say, and then you can stick that bit to the shoulders of the model. Because if you don't wash it off, obviously it won't stick. That's the real reason you put it down.
Yeah.
But you just wipe it off, and then you can work away. So that's another top tip.
That was a good cut.
I end up with a lot of fingerprints on mine. Is that just because I shouldn't be touching it, I shouldn't be using tools?
Yeah, use a jig. That's because you're holding the model. If you've got it in a cork or you've got it stuck to a paint pot or something with a bit of blue tape, you're less likely to get fingerprints.
I think it comes when I'm like preparing it and like rolling it out and flattening it and stuff.
Yeah, we'll roll it out then. If you want a large flat surface, you can use your thumb, but then what you use is you only need a large spoon tool. That one would be too small probably, depends on how big the surface area is, and you can rub it over the top to smooth it out. Or you can use what I would prefer to use is the chisel clay shaper, which is obviously got a flat surface, and it's easy to burnish out the fingerprints. Yeah, those come in different sizes as well. That's the smallest they do, but they do go right up. I think they're size 0. I think they go up to size 5, which is probably the size of a tank brush equivalent, if you know what size that is in paintbrush terms. But I was pretty rubbish. To start with, I had a little bit of experience with sculpting back from my school days, but I hadn't really done anything since then. And just got into it through read tutorials. There's loads of stuff online now and loads of stuff on YouTube. It's becoming more and more every day, and you can teach yourself.
And how long would you say it took you to get to a level where, if you look back now, you'd say, "Oh, I was pretty good at this stage." You're happy with the stuff you were producing, how long did it take you to get to that level from start?
Probably 3 years.
Okay.
From when I first started converting models to the point where I was confident to have a go at one completely, albeit over an armature. Yeah, that's another thing as well. If you're not sure of proportions and getting your spacings right, you can get little they're called dollies, and they're just stick men or women, and you can pose them how you want, and then you can put clothes on them. Yeah, so if you're not
talking about sculpting anymore, are you? Dolls.
no, that's what they're called. Look it up. Yeah, they're called sculpting dollies. You can also get sculpting armatures as well, and they're just basically wires shaped in a stick man shape. You always use an armature if you're doing whatever really.
Because it's just comfier to sculpt from
An armchair, not an armchair, Damian.
Oh,
An armature. Yeah, because this goes back to what I was saying. You need something to push up against. So you can use a wire frame. It doesn't have to be wire. You can make it out of cocktail sticks. Whatever you got to hand, as long as you've got something that you can stick the putty onto. Because putty on its own won't stand up very well. You just flop over. Be lazy.
That's great.
Where were we going with this? I don't know. But I love to see conversions, and I love to see people doing them because that's what the hobby is about for me personally. I mean, a lot of people are into the gaming side, a lot of people are into the painting side, a lot of people are into the collecting side, but I love changing things for the sake of it.
Just to be different.
Yeah, just because people like to see something different. And I think if you can do that, it's a good thing. And I like to see other people's, because I like to be amazed just as everyone else is amazed,
Cool.
So,
Well, thanks very much. I think there's tons of good tips in there.
yeah, I think I'll probably do. Well, one day I'll get around to doing some proper tutorials for the channel. We'll do some cloak sculpting and chainmail and adding some, simple stuff. Yeah, banners. And I know, I've been talking with GBHL James. I don't know if he's mentioned this yet, but possibly doing some classes up at Ardicon.
Yeah.
But we've got to iron out the details yet and see if that comes off. I don't know if people would be interested in that. But
Be there chucking my green stuff in water.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
So we'll see how that goes. But it's something to think about anyway.
Cool. Well, thanks very much.
Yeah, no worries, man.
There's a lot to talk about. Hopefully, you've all got something like that. Let us know in the comments below. Do you sculpt? Do you not sculpt? Are you terrified? Has this helped? Any great tips yourselves? Let us know. And before we go for another week, we will sign off in the now traditional manner with a 50-point back rep. And it's only right that our guest of honour, Mr. Dave Fredericks, will take to the field against the twice victorious, outstanding might of mounted Eowyn and a rider of Rohan. And as is befitting the fluff, there is an evil army against that, and it's our first all-hero 50-point army. Because what have you got with you?
I've got Narzug.
Just
Full
Narzug.
stop.
Just Narzug.
That's it.
Narzug on foot.
He's shooty. He's going to take down your horses.
Is he 50-point scratch?
Yes. So I can't take the warg, unfortunately.
But he gets a free might point for a shooting attack every turn.
That's pretty good.
How many turns am I going to get a shooting though? That's what I'm worried about.
But he's still...
What?
He's three might.
It's 3 might, yeah.
Yes.
2 attacks.
Fight 4 though. We shall see. We don't go
Yeah.
into that now. And so here we are for the 50-point back rep, and we have the victorious, the returning Eowyn and Rider of Rohan with axe. Ooh, piercing strike field. And if they win this game, there's a lot riding on this, they will become joint top winners with the Gondor army. Eowyn and the Rider have won twice. They won 3 times.
So if I lose, it's because I threw the game.
Yeah.
Because I like Rohan.
And hiding over there is the opposing army. It's Narzug. And he's got a free might point for shooting. Will it be crucial? We shall see. As we'll go into first turn priority, Rohan gets... I get a 6. It's a strong start.
Oh, come on.
And the Narzug gets a 5. So I will move. and we'll rush up. We can get to, let's go up to there.
One shot. This is going to be a one-shot thing.
Let's just, I don't want you getting a cheeky kill, so he's more than 6 away. And then, just check, he's moved further than 5. Oh, you know what? I'm going to leave him live movement. I'm going to make him move 5,
Right.
so that he can get a shot off, if he's got a shot. There's my move.
Okay. Right, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going
He's going to stay where he is.
I'm going to have a
Brave
sting.
it. I'll take a shot at him then. So the Rider of Rohan, he needs a 5 to hit. Oh, he's missed. Well, Nars will be shooting back.
Of course he will.
Remember, he gets a free might point for every shooting attack.
Right. What's that doing? 2 wounds?
Yeah. No, 1 win, 2 fate,
Right.
I think.
Okay. Well, we will shoot at her.
Okay. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. That's a
Oh,
miss.
that's
Even
bad.
with a free might
Even
point.
with 3 points of might
it's
and
not-
a free might.
It's
That's
not good for
epic
Narzak.
fail.
Yeah, he could use 2 points of might and his free one just to hit. It's never worth it.
Nope. Wow, but this could be my only shot. You're going to charge in on the next turn, aren't you?
Yeah, but then maybe he just uses his might to slaughter me in combat. That's just for a hit.
Yeah.
It's never worth it.
No. Right, let's go.
Okay. Priority.
Did you give
Rohan
me,
get a 1.
did you give me the rubbish dice?
It goes to Narzak.
What's he going to do then?
No heroics from me.
You're going to... What are you? 7?
Yeah, 6 and a bit. I was. No, closer to 8. Can he escape? He can escape with a 3-inch move.
I think you might have, actually.
Yeah.
No, he can't. That only puts him up. Oh, yeah. to 10
Yeah,
inches,
11.
isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he's escaped. It's mildly irritating. This time, was he 11 away? Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go for it. I'll brave the hail of arrows.
Shoot me.
Move
Nice
number 5.
meeting.
Yep.
Right, so-
Here comes Narzak.
Come on.
He did move this time. He needs a 5, I think.
I didn't bring my own dice. So these are obviously weighted in. Oh, that's another 1.
Oh, you're kidding. What are you doing?
I told you I was going to throw the game.
He goes to priority.
I want some new dice. How come you got the shiny dice?
I have the white ones because I'm good, and the darker ones. You can have these if you want.
What's the point of having a character with a special shooting ability when he's only rolling 1s?
Maybe you shouldn't roll 1s.
Okay.
Priority.
Yeah, that's good. 2.
It's a 2 from Narzak. It's a 2, so it goes to
Goes to
Rohan.
you. No, I'm going to have to.
You want heroic? Stop the
I'm
charge.
going to have to, aren't I?
Yeah,
You just
quite
got to nail
might.
me. Yep. Encounter.
Oh, I've only got 2. No. No? Who is? Oh, God. Yeah, alright, yeah, I will. Yeah, both use 1. It's my priority, so here's the roll off. Oh, I guess the evil.
Okay.
And he goes.
Well, I'm going to have to charge you both.
Yep.
Obviously.
So we are
I'll go
both
this
down
way.
a might point. Narzak has 2, Eowyn's got 1 left. So we
I'll
go
put
to
that
fight for
down,
8s.
So I'm on 2.
Any heroics from me? I'm high, so it's 2 attacks against 2 attacks. He doesn't get the Hunter Orc rule, does he? Which is ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've got the half fight. Wouldn't knock you down this turn though.
You know what? No.
No?
I'm not going to save it.
Fair enough. So, Narzak sets the bar.
Right, come on. Right, I'm going to use your shiny dice. See how these work.
Narzak's in red.
Oh, did I say who I'm striking?
Not yet. Only when you win the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
5.
Narzak gets a 5. It's pretty good. Eowyn? Eowyn gets a 3. She didn't use a might, so she got 2, 5, and then you could... No, I'll have to take it. So 2 strikes.
Okay. So I'm going to try 1 on Eowyn's horse.
Yep, that's a 4 to kill it. Oh, it's a disaster. And
He's throwing
second
rider,
one, yeah.
and on the other horse.
Oh, no, not the horses. Oh, no.
So the rider's okay.
Eowyn's throwing rider test. So 2. Okay, so with Narza taking the advantage, we go into priority.
Right.
And Narza gets...
Cock. Dice.
Narza
5.
gets a 5 and Eowyn gets a 6.
Oh, I'm going to have to
She
might
loves
it.
it. You going to might it?
Yeah.
Gonna
Down to
heroic.
1.
Can you charge both of them at the moment? No, we'll just charge
no.
the horse one. He'll
I'll just charge the horse.
No. I'll hang on to it.
Okay.
And he goes. So charging the horse probably. Eowyn goes in.
I presume she's coming in.
Yeah, so I've got the higher fight value at the moment. We've both got 1 might left.
Yep.
Not heroic striking.
No. Can't afford it.
Narza gets...
I'm saving it.
Oh, Narza gets a 6. It's good.
I couldn't even see that. Yes.
Eowyn gets a 4. She's only got 1 might. She can't do anything.
Right, so I'm going to do first attack on the horse.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Oh, the horse is down.
Down.
Oh, the nightmare. Throwing rise at the end, and that's you got another strike.
Okay, and this one we'll go for Eowyn.
It's a 4.
Yeah, you strike 4. No, she's alright.
And throwing rise, the guy's alright. Oh, so he's alright. He has lost his horse.
Okay, that's better.
Oh, it's a nightmare. So we go into priority, both with 1 might left. Eowyn gets a 2.
6.
Narza gets 6. You can have it.
Well, that really matters because the same thing's going to happen, isn't it? So I'm gonna
In goes the
Good smack,
in goes the Rohan guy. 2 on 2. You've won 5 fights so far without using heroic strike. He's got a 5.
Five.
Come on, Eowyn. Oh, what are you doing?
Right. I think we're going to strike that dude first. Get rid of him.
He's a defense 4, isn't he? Defense 5? You got defense 5. Nope.
Alright, try again. That'll do.
Done him.
Off you go, pal.
Now it's Eowyn v Narza. It's a 1-on-1. Oh no, it's a disaster. Going to priority. Eowyn gets a 1.
5.
In he
Not that
goes.
it really matters.
And now I've got 1 attack. Come on, higher fight value.
Come on.
Narza gets a 4. Eowyn? Eowyn!
Oh,
Yeah, she'll take it anyway. She's got a higher fight.
yeah, she will.
Even if you might it. He's defense 4. He's defense 5.
Defense 5.
So 5 to wound him.
I have to fate it.
Oh, it's a twist.
Press fate. Only fate. Yes.
Passed it. Down to 2 wounds, no fate. Priority. 6.
Oh, I can't have that. Close.
Eowyn takes the
Opposite of
advantage.
6.
Bang. In she goes. Fight him off again, Eowyn. Just 3 more. There's 2 more even. Narzug. He gets a 6.
That's
it's
good.
good. That's better than that. It's a 1. 4s. That's 1. Oh, it's just 1.
No,
Does have a might point.
yeah, I'm going to do it.
Play by my own rules. I'll do my fate. She got 2 fate, 1 wound.
2 wounds?
Is
I
it
don't
2
know,
wounds?
can't
2,
remember.
maybe it's 2 wounds, 2 fate. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's down there. I think it's 2 wounds, 2 fate. But her first fate, she passes.
Oh, still alive.
So if you want, you can might that one.
1 wound, 2 fate.
1 wound, 2 fate.
Oh, she can still.
So she's down to 1 wound, 1 fate, and you can might that with your last
Yeah, I did.
might
I've done
point. You've done it?
Yeah.
So this is her fate. She's got a might point. She needs a 3+ to stay alive. Oh, she loves it.
Oh,
She keeps
come
the
on.
might point.
Right, I'm out of might now.
Eowyn's down to 1 wound and no fate. Narzug's down to 2 wounds, no fate.
She's got to win the fight.
The ball is in the Orc's court. Priority goes to
Whatever.
Narzug, and it matters.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 attacks against 1. This is an uphill battle for Eowyn, but we've seen her overcome worse odds. Oh, it's good.
That's not good.
Oh, it's a chance. It's a chance for Eowyn.
1.
She rolls a 4, she wins it.
Oh, no.
A 5 to wound. She does it. Oh, Eowyn. They're both down to 1 wound and no fate.
That's it, he's angry now.
Priority. I don't know why we're still rolling for priority. Eowyn gets a 3.
It was Narzug's last
Was it?
one.
Okay.
That's why.
Bang. Narzug with his 2 attacks. No might. Eowyn has a might point.
6s. GBHL.
It's a...
Oh, come on, man.
Eowyn?
1.
She's won it. She's won
She
it.
needs a 4 because she's got a might point. A 4 to win.
Oh,
Does that count? It's off the board.
No, it would have counted. I followed it. I'll be honest.
Shouldn't have followed it.
I followed it.
Okay.
I went with it. Oh, Eowyn. She's still got my point. She's still got my point.
Fine, that's good. Well,
Goes
that
to
doesn't
Narzik.
really matter, does
And he
it?
goes.
This is kind of irrelevant.
2 attacks.
Oh, yeah, 2. Yeah. Let's go for
Another
one.
3 and a 1. Another 3 and a 1.
Oh, come on. 3 highest, 3 turns in a row.
Eowyn?
9 dice. A 4 to do it. A 4. A 4.
Yes.
Saint for the love of.
Let's just
Come
put
on.
him in.
Game on.
Fighting. Narzik, 2 attacks. He has rolled 6 dice and rolled a 3 highest.
It's a 4.
It's a 4. Eowyn, still with a might point.
Come on. Surely.
For the 3rd time.
That's 4
of
fights in a
asking.
row.
You're doing it again. Roll to
Come on. Right.
Is this the fight?
Yeah, fight again.
Narzik?
Oh.
Anything but a 1. Oh no. We've seen me say that for Eowyn before. Oh, takes it on fight value.
A 4.
5 to win. She has a might point.
Just a 4.
I'm bringing my own dice next time. That's 3 highest.
Eowyn's unstoppable rampage goes on.
How has she done that?
On foot. Feet off Narzik for 4 turns in a row. Taking her to 3 wins and matching with Gondor. Oh, Dave.
His shooting was diabolical. His
It wasn't much better.
His horse killing was awesome.
And with that,
But
we'll go
his
into a
fighting was-
post-battle battle breakdown. So welcome to the post-battle breakdown, and it's another win for Eowyn. Dave, how did that go?
The dice gods betrayed us.
I don't think I didn't get a cavalry charge in,
No, you didn't.
because Narzik, I think he won 2 roll-offs
Yeah.
and killed 1 horse, killed the other horse.
His shooting was terrible. The whole reason I took him was for the extra shooting ability, and he rolled basically double 1 for
I
the
thought-
first 2 turns.
I thought he was a good choice. I thought with the shooting attack and 3 might as well, I thought if he took the horses out, but then he did. He took the horses out
He did take the horse out.
in
But
combat.
then he
And
dive
then-
bombed, didn't
I mean, he killed the other guy.
he? Too busy eating horse.
That was it. Because he killed 2 horses and the rider Rohan, and then it's just him with a might. I
Yes.
think, against Eowyn, 1 attack with
couldn't-
a might, and she didn't even use the might yet.
So she still had a
She still had a might, I think. And then in 4 turns of combat, you rolled a 4 highest.
There's only one of those.
Yeah, for 3 of those you rolled a 3
Yeah.
highest, which was an odd choice. Can you talk us through that tactical choice on your part?
Yeah, well, obviously it takes a great amount of skill to
Right.
get a 3 because it's
Well-
kind of in the middle.
And so often.
Yeah, on a regular basis.
Mm.
It's all in the wrist.
But when
But
you,
no, I was,
you won the first one, I
3
think,
in a row.
and did the wound to her, and she had to use both her fate, and I thought, there's no way.
I thought that's
there's,
it.
There's
I did.
no
I
way.
thought this is in the bag.
Yeah.
And
All you got to do is win the fight and then roll 1 for all.
he choked, didn't he? He couldn't win a fight after
That's
that.
the unstoppable might of Eowyn.
Yeah,
Who knew? Eowyn and a rider Rohan.
just goes to show if you can't be good, be lucky.
Indeed. So this time, a far less easy win though. Losing both horses, losing the rider, and losing both fate.
Yeah.
That was touch and go there. But all that matters is the points on the table, and that is another win, tying her up with Gondor. So, can she ride on next week?
I think so.
Yeah, and claim and become the most successful 50-point army in 50-point barrier history.
I think she's doing a lot. Yeah. For women all around the world, really. She's rocking it, isn't she?
So tune in next week for that. we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, that is it for the this week's episode of the Palantir. Thanks very much to Dave for joining us,
good
and
fun.
thanks for the bat rep. That was top fun.
Yeah.
And
Great fun.
yeah, you remember.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week. So as ever, please drop all your comments in the comment section below. Check out Shadow and Flames YouTube channel and Facebook page. And as ever, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe.
Support your hobby hosts by clicking in the links below.
Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Support your hobby.
And all together,
Happy strategy battle gaming.
This is kind of fun.
It is fun, huh? I'm feeling sick.
That was great.
That was a good reaction.
Oh, that was good. I'll try and film this for a flattering angle for you.
Yeah, I'll try and keep it professional. So goes over. I'm going to discreetly put my arm between your legs. Like, lean over to my shoulder. There we go. So this arm's free. Hold the ladder. We can get down. How's it going, Em?
Okay.
Right.